What's up, guys? Welcome back to an episode of Mind Something. If you're new here, my name's Jake. So today I thought we'd just cover a little bit of news, give you a little bit of progress updates, photos from the solar farm, and yeah, I'm trying out some music in the background. I think it might help me concentrate just slightly better. If you guys like it, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know. So let's take a look at some of the pics I took today from the top of my shop. So we got our wires ran. We got 4 solar PV wires run through 1/2-inch conduit, which was quite a chore. Here's my hell-beaten roof. I filed an insurance claim on this several years ago. We had a bunch of hail and pocketed the money, decided not to replace the roof. I mean, it's metal, who's looking at it? But apparently you guys are looking at it today, so kind of embarrassing, but that's alright. That money went to better things. So yeah, labeling some of the wires to make sure I don't get them confused, but we'll tone them out anyway, make sure we got the right wires when it comes down to it. Here's a little video. It's pretty large shop. It is 30 by 80, about 2,400 square feet. I'll give you a little glance of the neighborhood here. I always thought it'd be cool to have some horses and stuff like that for my daughter, but yeah, she's getting older now, man. It's not really her thing anymore, but still got plenty of room for it if we ever decided to. But yeah, another good shot. So anyway, let's jump into what to mine real quick. Taking a look at the farm today, we're coming in at $40, $30 after power, and Ethereum coming in at first place, followed by Ravencoin, Neoxa, Flux, Ergo. Speaking of Flux and Ergo, prices have been pumping. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm sure you have, but I don't know if you are holders or if you're selling. But you know, take a look at this real quick. Just something I noticed. If you look at these lines of resistance here, what do you think is likely to happen next? I mean, yeah, we could see it pump up, but yeah, not a bad time to sell if you're planning on selling, I would think. Me, I'm just holding. I'm gonna hold for quite some time, but let's get into some news for today. So first thing that caught my eye was this article by Cointelegraph. CoinGecko co-founder shares strategy for fork tokens. Let's turn this music down for a second here. Bear with me, guys. Alright, so Bobby Ong tweeted that holders can bridge their tokens back to the mainnet, unwrap their Ether, and remove their liquidity to maximize ETH proof of work airdrop eligibility. So yeah, it looks like there's going to be some airdrops. Many believe that Ethereum transitions to proof of stake. A fraction of Ether miners will be creating a proof of work fork of the network so that they can still keep mining. An executive believes that there are ways for ETH holders to stake advantage of this upcoming event. In a Twitter thread, Bobby Ong, the co-founder of token information website CoinGecko, shared his strategies when it comes to the upcoming merge. According to Ong, ETH holders will soon be getting airdrops of ETH POW tokens and shared some tips on how ETH holders can fully seize this opportunity. Ong noted that the easiest way to get the forked airdrops is to hold ETH at exchanges that support the forks. However, holding ETH in hardware wallets would also work and could make a trader eligible for all the fork tokens. To maximize the amount that holders can get, the executive also advised traders to bridge their tokens back to ETH mainnet, unwrap their wrapped Ether, and remove their ETH liquidity from decentralized finance protocols. Despite these tips, Ong noted that while he may be eligible to get all the fork tokens, he would not claim all of the airdrops, as some of them could be scam attempts that would try to get access to his signature and keys. The executive also shared that his strategy for the fork tokens is to sell them immediately, he wrote. In parentheses were quotes. Almost all fork tokens are now dead as they, excuse me, almost all the fork tokens are now dead as they are created solely to keep miners temporarily occupied with mining and have no incentive to grow their community and usage. Meanwhile, non-fungible token marketplace OpenSea said it will not be supporting forked NFTs in its platform. The popular NFT trading platform recently announced that it would only support NFTs on the upgraded proof-of-stake blockchain. Apart from OpenSea, blockchain Oracle project Chainlink also expressed its support for the upgraded ETH network by announcing that proof-of-work forks will not be supported by Chainlink. So, yeah, I mean, perhaps sell them immediately, assuming you guys have access to them. I don't know what exchanges are going to support the airdrops, but it'd be interesting to see what happens. Moving on, another thing that caught my attention was this other article by Cointelegraph. Ethereum gone wrong. Here are 3 signs to keep an eye on during the merge. And yeah, I think this is actually some pretty helpful information, something that I'm going to pay attention to as well. So the assumption that Ethereum will just transition to a fully functional proof-of-stake network after the merge somewhat ignores the risk and effort necessary to move an asset that has a $193 billion market capitalization and 400 decentralized applications. This is precisely why monitoring vital network conditions is essential for anyone willing to trade the event, which is scheduled for September 14th. According to ethernodes.org, more importantly, traders should be prepared to detect any alarming developments in case things go wrong. Apart from the $34.2 billion in total value locked in smart contracts, another $5.3 billion in Ether is staked on the Beacon chain. The network is currently used by many tokens, oracles, providers, stablecoins, layer 2 scalability solutions, synthetic assets, non-fungible items, decentralized finance, applications, and cross-chain bridges. This particularly explains why the merge has been postponed multiple times through the years and why it's deemed to be the most significant upgrade in the history of the network. For this reason, 3 different testnets have undergone the merge, with Goerli being the latest on August 11th. Curiously, minor issues were presented on all testnet implementations, including Ropsten and Sepolia. For instance, Ethereum developer Marius van der Weiden noted that 2 different terminal blocks and lots of non-updated nodes slightly slowed in the process down. So they go on to talk about things that you can watch. So one being the core of any blockchain network are its blocks. So you want to continue to monitor the blocks, which you can do several ways. A few of them are mentioned here. And then monitoring Infuria's Ethereum 2.0 API, which is controlled by Consensus, and Joseph Lubin, my favorite person, sarcasm definitely included there. According to Infuria's website, projects relying on its own infrastructure include Uniswap, Compound, Maker, Gnosis, Brave, Decentraland, and Web3 wallet provider MetaMask. Another thing to watch out for, guys, is slashing. Let's see if any validators are going to be slashed. This could get very, very interesting. There are over 410,000 active validators, so even if 20 or 30% of them eventually went offline, the network would continue as designed. Monitoring slashing is a preemptive measure because it likely indicates that some service, such as a hosting provider, has gone offline or some incompatibility arose during the merge. Another thing to watch out for, guys, you probably caught on the other streams recently is, Hetzner is basically telling validators to get the hell off their network, and that consists of about 16% of all the validator nodes. So, this thing is supposed to run successfully minus 20 to 30% of the validators. Well, that puts it very dangerously close to 20% already, and we haven't even merged. So, yeah, I think all of us are going to be watching very carefully, but just a few more things to check in case you weren't aware. Then, last article here in regards to Binance, issuer of third biggest stablecoin to stop supporting larger rival USDC. You've probably also seen this on a couple of the other channels, but in case you haven't, this has massive implications, guys. Binance effectively banished USD coin, the second biggest stablecoin, from trading at its cryptocurrency exchange in favor of its own competing product. The world's biggest digital asset exchange announced Monday that on September 29th, customers holding USDC will be converted to Binance USD. The same will happen with two smaller stablecoins, Pax Dollar and True USD. Customers transferring USDC, USDP, or TUSD will have them automatically converted to BUSD, though they will be able to withdraw those other stablecoins when they remove money from Binance. So, this is a very powerful move, and could potentially upset a lot of ecosystems. There's always a lot of FUD about Tether. If you listen to people who are big XRP maxis, they talk all the time about how Tether is in trouble of regulation. There's constant inquiries. They want to do audits, and they're doing everything they can to just create FUD around it. I think they're pretty stable, in my opinion. They have paid out billions of dollars in liquidity at the drop of a dime whenever the market started to tank and didn't show any kind of insolvency. USD coin being owned by Circle, BlackRock, all these big players. I know they're not going to take too kindly to this, and I would expect some type of retaliation. I don't know what kind, but I don't know. Things can get shaken up pretty quickly, so keep your eye on this. And then lastly, I want to talk about Hivon announcing their pools. There is no news on their official website. I did tweet at them earlier today and basically said, can't wait to share the news on the new pools. Can we expect a date soon? Hopefully we'll get a reply here soon, but we're what, 8 days away from the merge at this point, and still nothing rock solid. I mean, they've announced that they're going to have a Ravencoin, Ergo, and some other pools coming, but when? I mean, we're